Hi guys, welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday, the 11th of March 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm using the original Rider-Waite tarot for today's reading. I absolutely love this deck. Let's see what the cards have to say about Thursday and what energy is coming up for you. So let's have a look. I'm going to choose my 3 cards. Okay, the first card is the High Priestess. And we've got the 4 of Wands again. We had that yesterday. Super, super positive. And wow, the 2 of Cups. Love is in the air. Love, romance, celebration, happiness, joy. And the best part is you don't have to do anything to get there. Amazing. Okay, so this looks really great. I have to just really make that clear. This looked like a really, really positive day where you can have amazing experiences, you can make memories, you can experience things that you will remember fondly for the rest of your life. And this is really an amazing day that you ought to make the most out of, especially if you haven't been feeling that great, or if you feel like you're ready for something fabulous to appear in your life, then this is your day. So the High Priestess is the second card of the Major Arcana, and it's a card that reminds you, before you go traipsing off into the world and doing all these things, just remember that you don't really need to acquire anything to have value. Before you go on your journey, before you do anything, remember that you are perfectly at the intersection of the spiritual and the physical. You're not just a human being, you're something special, you're something divine. So please don't forget about your own value, about your own worth, and that you really are beyond good and evil. You're someone who can make decisions, you're able to manifest circumstances, you're able to change things around, and whether you deserve good things or not is irrelevant because those rules don't apply to you. You get to create reality. Reality doesn't create you. And the High Priestess, she is perfectly aligned, or she's really a representation of an aspect of yourself, which always sits at this threshold. She can pull the veil aside and get answers to any question that could ever exist. So it's just about finding the right frequency and tuning in properly to get an answer to something that no one else has been able to figure out. Every human being on planet Earth has that potential. And by tapping into the High Priestess, or really hearing that side of yourself clearly and communicating with it, you're able to get that info. Having that faith in yourself and realizing that special rules do apply to you in a certain way because of who you are, then that allows you to conquer fear, because it's not just random chaos that you have to protect yourself from. There's a rhyme and a reason for all of this. She's holding a scroll. So she says, and she holds this safe space for all of us, that when we tap into that, for me, it's a feeling. It's just kind of meditating and getting in touch with myself. I sometimes get this feeling that even though I don't know what it's all about, and that I make mistakes, and that maybe I've lost an opportunity or I've missed my chance or whatever it is, that it's not just random. There is some sort of narrative involved, or some sort of a purpose, and it's really up to you to fill in the blanks and to write the next few chapters while you're here, but that you have special privileges, okay? So you're like you have diplomatic immunity from certain things on this planet. Because if you say, oh, you know, this person has such a great life, she doesn't deserve it. That's a judgment that the universe doesn't make on us. We judge certain things. Oh, she's got a bad personality, so she shouldn't be happy. You know, certain people do that, but the universe doesn't do that to us. So you could have lived a life that's been really irresponsible or selfish or whatever. The universe isn't going to say, oh, okay, well, they've had a number of years of being this way, so they have to be punished for the rest of their lives. It's much more flexible than that. You have the ability to think differently, to make different choices, and your circumstances are going to reflect that, and you're going to have a different experience. So the High Priestess says that you don't need to go out into the world and make it. you already have made it by being here, and by simply remembering your true nature and accessing it once in a while, you can immediately put yourself at this threshold position where nothing has a hold over you. You're completely free to make your own choices, and you really get clues as to what direction and path you ought to take by connecting with your higher self, the invisible. So you're totally in touch with the best part of who you are. You could really call the High Priestess the higher self, or the intuition, or that inner knowing, your gut feeling. You're totally in touch with that, and that's why you're not going to go wrong. You handle situations intuitively, and that intuition leads you to a happy place through this doorway into the party that's going on, celebration, good times. So very simply, by listening to your gut, you will get yourself into situations and you'll experience emotions and have positive thoughts that make you feel like it's time to celebrate, and it's time to live your life purpose and to have a good time and to make the most of the day and the time that you've been given. And that's not a lot of work. Be yourself and have a great time. Okay, I can do that, I think. So even if you're not really happy with yourself, if you've you're struggling emotionally, or you've done something that you're not proud of and that you regret, and you're just torturing yourself over that, there's a part of you that is completely unblemished by anything that you could do, that the world can do, that the universe can do. And that's what I mean by special privileges. There's a part of you that you can't even access. And that's the divine part of you that vibrates and creates your life. So always go back to that if you feel like you've misstepped or you've done something that you are not happy with. This is pure and untouchable and constant. And it's the power that generates all good. So you're really in touch with that, and you're able to generate good things. So if there is no opportunity for you to connect with others or to have a good time or to enjoy yourself, then make that opportunity for yourself. Go to the park and exercise and do your yoga routine in the sunshine, or get a Zoom meeting together and speak to a couple of people you haven't spoken to, and you always have a laugh, and etc. So it's time to celebrate and to have a good time. By doing that, you heal. The Two of Cups is about love and romance in relationships. So we've got a wedding here, and we've got a healing relationship. So the potential for love and relationship to come into your life is high, but also for you to appear and to bump into something that's healing and loving and nurturing and inspiring is also very likely. So whether you're coming or going doesn't really matter. Just, I don't like it when people say just be yourself, because it's like, okay, well, which self would you like me to be? So what I mean by that is listen to your gut. That is the thing that's not going to fail you or let you down ever, ever, ever on this day. It will lead you to happy places. And then you can meet someone. I really think it's a person, and it can be a romantic relationship, or it can be meeting someone who heals something in you, but it doesn't go down that romantic route. But it's an influence by another person that strengthens you, that makes you feel like the difficult journey you've been on is meaningful, and you've learned something from it. It's not been for nothing. You feel free, you feel empowered, you feel like you can make choices. And very simply, it's a meeting of the minds, it's a meeting of souls, and you're able to have that experience of unity, coming together with another person to really experience something that transcends your solo experience. And Boaz, and I can't remember what this stands for. It's good and evil, basically. So you're beyond good and evil, you write your own destiny. But here we've got two opposite things coming together. So she is the B and he is the J. And then in the middle, that's the space you occupy. So you're sitting in this caduceus space where all healing occurs. So things come together. Here we also have a unified central space where there's a wedding going on. There's celebration. So duality, happy, not happy, alone, together, that becomes unified and you experience that wholeness. And that's why this is a magical day. And this is one of the best days that we've had this year. So hooray for love. Amazing. Number-wise, we've got 2 and 4 is 6 and 2 is 8. But this, again, is 2 pillars as well. So we've got the 2 pillars here, but we've got the Roman numeral 2, which is the symbol for Gemini. So we've got Boaz here on the left. And is it Joaquin? No, could be. The other pillar on the other side. And that, again, says unity in the center. So we've got that there. And this is becoming very meta now because we've got another one there. So we've got 2 pillars, right? B and J. And in the center of that, so in the High Priestess position in this reading, we've got the 4 of Wands, which is the happiest card in the deck. And it says, time to celebrate, time to party. So that's the space you occupy. Now, going even closer, we've got pillars surrounding this. Then we have pillars within the card. And that's why I'm saying it's very meta, because we're going in. It's like looking at your reflection in a mirror in the elevator. When you've got mirrors on 3 sides and your reflection just goes on and on and on forever. That's what this feels like. It's this vortex into happiness. So the 2 pillars here, B and J, at the center, you occupy a place of unity, celebration, love, connection, feeling healed and at one with another person and the world. So it's really occupying that perfect space of contentedness and love, where you can just go, oh, life is good. Life is worth living. And the 8 in itself is strength in numerology. And I mean, when you lean on your true nature, there's nothing stronger in this universe or any others, because it's infinite and eternal and untouchable. No one can touch you. They may be able to touch your body or your where you see yourself or your mind, but that essence of you, no one can get there ever, ever, ever. It's in the universal safe, and it's safe from everybody or anything. And that's so empowering. It may seem like new age waffle, but it's really not. It's when you remember and when you realize who you are and what you are and how strong you are, and that the world really has nothing on you. That's freedom. Because your perspective isn't closed. That allows your true nature to emerge. That is limitless. And therefore you can do whatever you want. So remember your strength, have fun, and enjoy the love. Have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, just click on book your reading to audio reading with me. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, numerology, and astrology. And the way I just combine the numbers here with the cards, I do that with all 3 modalities in my personal readings. I draw up your birth chart by taking your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. That gives me your natal chart, and I can analyze that to see what your life purpose is all about, what your vocational aptitudes are. I can answer any questions you may have. We can look at this soul contract that you've entered into, and really have a look at anything that you're not quite clear on to give you some clarity and direction. So if you're interested in that, then please do get in touch with me via my website. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online, please. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.